Look, if you clicked on this video, it's because you're stuck between 1 and 3K inside your service business. And listen, I was stuck there at 1.2. And so in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can get out of it and scale to $10, $20, even $30,000 per month within a matter of months. And listen, it's actually pretty simple. You just have to master a few simple things. But first, you need to realize what's the problem, right? What's actually stopping you and what's holding you at that point. And for most people, it's delegation, right? They're stuck doing the jobs, they're stuck knocking doors, they're stuck managing clients, sending out reminders, campaigns, everything like that. They're doing everything inside their business, so they're not actually able to work on it, and they're actually stuck inside of it in what I like to call a glorified job. And I've talked about this multiple times before, but that's really truly the reason why most people are stuck at a few $1,000s per month in their business. And the next most important thing is realizing, why are you not getting enough sales, right? Why are you struggling on the doors? Only selling maybe $100 a night, if that. Why are you struggling on the doors? Only doing $100 to $200 per day. And the honest to God truth is because you're not actively getting better at sales. You're stuck using the same pitches. You're still doing the same thing. You're not actively getting better at the most important skill in life if you want to be a successful entrepreneur or business owner. That's getting better at sales. If you're not actively pursuing getting better, you're going to be stuck, only getting a sale or two per night, which is not that good. You need to be actively working harder to get more sales. And another thing is, most of you are happy, stuck at, 1 to 3,000 a month, simply because that's comfortable for you. A lot of you get comfortable. And that's another huge thing as to why you're not scaling and growing as a business owner. It's because you're comfortable, right? You have to get uncomfortable. And a suggestion I can make too, if you're, 18, 19, 20, early 20s, maybe even in high school, and whether that be moving out to a new city, buying something expensive so it kind of forces you to make the money back, if not more, putting yourself in an abundant mindset, 1 to 3,000 a month, it's decent, right? It's a side hustle. But if you want to turn it into a legitimate business, you have to do a few certain things, and here they are. Number one is delegation, right? If you're stuck doing everything, like I said, working inside the business, you won't grow. And so the first step you need to do if you want to delegate is to hire an employee, right? Get a friend, get someone close. Honestly, it could be a high school friend, whatever. Get them to do your service, right? Whether it be window cleaning, gutter cleaning, online sales and services. Get them to go actually fulfill that service. That way you can pay them a percentage. Never pay your employees hourly, simply because someone who's cleaning windows could stay at one job for 8 hours and get paid, triple the amount. Always give them a commission. If you're in home service, I highly recommend between 15 and 25%, depending on if they want to use their car and equipment. Really just depends on what you want to do. But most of the time, delegation is going to free up your time immensely, right? You're going to be able to work more on the business, right? Getting more sales. Think about if you had an extra 3 hours per day to get sales, right? You fill your employee's schedule 10 times more, and you can make even more money. And then the second most important thing, if you want to actually grow, to getting a system, right? Most of you do not have a system in place. You just go out and knock a few doors, toss the clients into your notes page, and then you just go do the job, right? You're not building a system that has clients coming to you, getting texts like this every single morning. So you're just actively stuck at the same thing. And most of you aren't building a system that will have clients texting you every morning, say, hey, I need my windows cleaned, when can you come out? I get those texts almost every single morning by at least one client, right? You're not mastering the art of systems. It's super important if you want to build a business. And if you want to learn more about the proper systems you need to build inside your service business, click the link down below. I have a ton of free information that can potentially help you scale to 10, 20, even 30,000 a month inside your business. But another super important thing, and I would say it's number 3, inside actually scaling and growing your service business, out of that 1 to 3K per month. A lot of you get into this business thinking you're going to make insane amounts of money, and that's really all you're focused on. And I was too. I would go to a window cleaning job and I would think, $100 in 1 hour, right? When I was first starting off. But now you have to focus on doing an insanely good job, right? If you don't have quality, you don't have anything. And so if you want to make a large amount of money, you need to worry about doing a really good job. If you think about Jeff Bezos when he's building Amazon, he wasn't worried about the money he was worried about building the best business Amazon could possibly be. And that's what he's done. And through that, he's made billions upon billions of dollars. If you want to do the same thing, you have to focus on delivering a quality job, right? Focus on your customers. Make the customer feel extremely satisfied with the job you're giving them in whatever service niche you're in. Any business model, really. Even if you're selling a digital product or a physical product, it doesn't really matter. You need to focus on delivering at the highest and best qualities you can. That way, the money will just flow right to you, right? A lot of people get stuck inside that money loop. They only care about money. They just want to make the most amount of money possible. And once you could actively implement systems, delegation, and delivering a quality job, I'm telling you, you will actually scale to 10, 20, even 30,000 a month. And it will happen quickly, right? Things can change insanely quickly if you implement them quick enough. As you guys can see, talk about quick. My dog's out here zooming, just fucking going crazy. He moves at quick speeds, and that's why he's so hyper and gets so much done per day, right? And I know it sounds corny comparing it to a dog, but it's absolutely true. If you work at slow speeds, you're going to achieve at slow speeds, right? Elon Musk famously said that if you want to achieve something successful, most people will put it in a time span of 30 years, right, of achieving some big, great company. But what he does is he puts it in a matter of weeks, and the amount that he gets done maybe isn't, the same amount he's going to get done in 30 years. but he's gonna get so much done you couldn't even fathom, right? And that's what you need to be doing, actively working at insanely quick speeds if you wanna become a successful entrepreneur. But if you actually wanna learn a bit more about scaling past 1 to 3K per month inside your service business, like I said, click the link down below. There's a ton of free information that I seriously think could help you out with your business. And if you're interested in booking a free call with me, click the link down below and we'll see if you're a good fit for the team. Let's get it.